As you know, it takes a lot of people to put together any television program, but today, especially, very, very big deal here at the Arlington Town Hall. A lot of people working behind the scenes, and also a lot of people worked this year to make the Steve Katsos Show a success. And right now, we're going to talk to some of the folks backstage, both on tonight's production and the guys who've worked all year on the Steve Katsos Show. This is Jim, and you're the engineer for the show?
I'm the transmission engineer today, but I'm the video engineer on the regular season.
So now explain, transmission engineer, explain to me what that means for folks tonight.
Sure, the boys in the big truck are producing the show, and they are actually switching the cameras and making the video. Yep. And what they do is they send that to us, just down one cable. So they produce the whole program, make everything look beautiful, send it to us. And what we do is we send it back to Master Control to go out live to the town of Arlington. And we have a bunch of encoders back here that send it to various points on the web so people can watch live on the internet.
Now, most of the guys. Now, you're a pro. This is your professional. This is your career. This is what you do. Not for Steve. Steve gets you for free.
Right.
But you do this professionally.
Mm-hmm.
Yet you do it for Steve for free. Have you been brainwashed?
Yep.
This is Lacus. He's the show. What's your title exactly?
I'm supervising producer.
Now, what's that mean? You do all the work?
I get yelled at by Steve, and I get angry emails from him about the show, which is great.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. Really rewarding.
Yeah, I would say so. What are the angry? What's a typical angry email from Steve like?
Why would the camera 2 not be level? You will never amount to anything in this business, Lacus. You should have went to foot doctor school, something like that.
Wow. Did you ever think about going to foot doctor school?
I wish I had several times in my career. Yeah.
This is Joe. Joe, what do you do for the show?
I'm actually normally the TD on the show, but not today.
Okay. And today, what are you doing today?
Today I'm kind of like an usher today.
Oh, beautiful. So you'll basically get people seated and then do nothing.
Pretty much.
So like Steve.
Pretty much. Yeah, I've been demoted tonight. Yeah.
And you were saying you've done every show so far since this time?
I have.
Why do you do this? You work every week for free. Why do you do that?
I wanted to volunteer, and I went on the Steve Katsos show just to try it out, and I had such a good time. I said, let me stick with this, and fortunately he accepted me to continue on, and it's just an enjoyable program. He's a remarkable personality.
He's a remarkable personality? Like, he's remarkable? I've met Steve. He's remarkable.
I think so. He's got a way to make the program fun for everybody. And
are we talking about the same guy?
Yes.
And this is Dave Samarco. He's doing the catering for the whole crew tonight, and also has his own show on Arlington Cable. What are the guys eating tonight?
We're doing a grilled sausage with peppers and onions. We're doing a rice pilaf, a vegetarian chili, and a couple hot dogs. My Smoking Dave's barbecue thing here, that smoker is actually called Arnold. We're going to get it drawn pretty soon.
Yeah. Why Arnold?
Arnold from the Never Saw Green Acres, man?
I did see Green Acres. That's where I thought you were going. I just didn't want to show.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. Green Acres and pretty much, the little piglet there and Arnold.
That piglet was living.
Yeah, wow, yeah. We won't be cooking Arnold today. No, we'll be cooking in Arnold, but we will not be cooking any Arnolds.
What is about the show that you enjoy the best?
I don't know. I think that the whole crew itself, we call ourselves the SKS Tuesday Night Family, and we really are like a family. And,
So Buckley and Jared, they would be like family members to you?
Well, sure.
Sure. Prior to tonight, what was the biggest moment of your professional life?
Of my own? Probably the inaugurations in Washington. I've done 3 of those, yeah.
Which of those was your favorite?
Well, when Clinton won.
All right.
That was the biggest party after. Because the Democrats won after the Republicans were in 8 years, and it was balls everywhere.
Great.
Okay, yeah, that was great.
And by that he meant he meant parties. Parties is what he meant. Yeah.
That's right.
Do you work on this show every week or just for tonight's show?
No, every week I do camera 3 for him in the Arlington studios. So.
A lot of people have talked about how this is sort of the Steve Katsos show is sort of the people who work behind the scenes are kind of a cult, and do you find that that's pretty much correct?
Well, he doesn't don the hats or anything, so I can't say it's a cult per se, but it's definitely a good clique of group people.
When you're thinking about putting a band on the Steve Katsos Show, what criteria do you go by?
We're really looking for like local up and comers who kind of like starting to get their feet wet in the scene, so to speak, and try to give them a good platform to promote themselves. Yeah.
What about the bands that have kind of they peaked and then they're hurtling down, they're going down the mountain, they're just kind of washed up?
Yeah. Well, there are other cable access shows they can go on.
Self-proclaimed rock stars, guys. Biggest night of your life?
Probably, beyond the shadow of a doubt. I mean, we've all got kids, but no, I'm just kidding. No, yes. Yeah, biggest night of our lives.
And what are we going to hear tonight?
Rock.
We're going to play one of our new ones. It's called Suburban Kingpin.
Suburban Kingpin? Beautiful. And it's a rock tune. It's loud. Is it the kind of tune that you would think to yourself, I've always wanted to play Arlington Town Hall so I can
specifically for Arlington Town Hall.
What's the best thing about being on the Steve Katsos Show?
It's fun.
Steve.
Steve is he's like a cult leader. Everybody's just Steve. Do you guys are you allowed to talk, you two?
Yeah, I was going to say the free food, but we don't always agree, so that's why I'm not allowed to talk.
So it's a pizza over here, Steve over here, and fun. You're part of the whole Steve Katsos cult?
You could call it that, yeah.
I've heard family, but is it more like a family or is it more like a cult?
Probably a cult.
The charismatic leader, the blind faith followers, the person who leaves is totally excommunicated and no one speaks of him again?
Pretty much, yeah. That's what happens.
What's the best thing about being in the Steve Katsos cult?
The food, definitely.
You're the producer. Is that the title, or is it executive producer? Is it associate executive producer?
Think of it as the executive producer, but technically Steve has put me as segment producer. But I think I'm kind of big time. I'm big time. So yeah.
Now, in cult terms, would you be considered an elder?
I would. I'm definitely family. So the same bloodline here, because he is my cousin.
You're actually family. These other people think they're family until they cross.
This is it. I mean, I just forget it. I mean, I couldn't leave if I wanted to. So
I know that you just had triplets, right? Congratulations. And we've talked about with some of the other guys about how the Steve Katsos, it's kind of a big family with a charismatic leader, and when you leave, you're kind of excommunicated, never to be talked of again. So I guess my question is, when you had the three children, did you have to name one of them Steve? Did you have to tithe one of them to Steve?
Not officially, but they're the three girls, but so not officially, but we do call one Steve around the house just to make him feel good.
I've known Steve for years, and I would help him do anything. So
here's what I've noticed about this. He gets all these guys to work with him every week for free. And they keep referring to themselves as if we're a family, we're a family, we're a family. Steve is our exalted leader. Steve is very charismatic. Steve is wonderful. Do you understand where I would think that it's sort of maybe cultish?
Well, he hasn't asked me for any money yet, so I don't think he's gone to cult status. No, he's just a good guy, and people are willing to help him out.
I'm here with Steve Katsos. We're just about to go on, and Steve is a little different tonight. Steve, a little different tonight. Big show tonight.
Yeah, but it's my largest audience in a long time because people are coming, and we couldn't fit them into our regular studio, so I'm a little bit nervous.
Well, let me give you a couple of tips.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, first of all, think of them as your friends. All right, think of them as 120, 150. Friendly people who want to laugh, who want to have a good time with you, who are out for a good cause.
I will.
And other than that, just have fun. And here's a mistake a lot of people make when they do public speaking. They don't think of them. If you get nervous, don't think of them in their underwear.
Oh, why?
Because that's stupid.
It'd be kind of weird, too. My parents will be there and my whole family. If I thought of them in their underwear, it'd be kind of
creepy.
Kind of weird.
Anything you want to say before you go out there in front of your adoring fans?
I picked the wrong day to have a cold, but I have to do this because the show must go on, Dave.
The show must go on. And if I knew you had a cold, I would have sat further away from you in the chair. So that gives you a sense of some of the people who are working backstage here at the Steve Katsos Show, putting this night together. Hey, will you shut up? Will you just shut up? We've got a television show to do. It's a television show. It's a Steve Katsos Show.